NFL put out their top 100 list, and nobody seemed to have a problem with anything except the last four spots. So I'm gonna go ahead and read off what they put as number four through number one. Patrick Mahomes, surprisingly, at number four. Number three, Christian McCaffrey. Number two, Lamar Jackson. And number one, Tyreek Hill. How do you feel about that ranking?
A dead on except for anybody being above Mahomes. I don't like rankings. I like tiers. You know, when you
I see
break
what
it
you
up in
mean.
tiers, tier one, tier two guys, tier three. I think that's better because sometimes when you rank them, like you could say Mahomes and Tyreek on our same tier,
Hmm.
at your position, right?
I see what you mean.
Like, if you had to put a superstar team, what's the best quarterback? Mahomes. What's the best receiver? Tyreek. Like you would do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's Tyreek. No receiver to me belongs beyond like when it comes to players.
Hmm.
I mean, you're a dependent position.
True.
If your quarterback can't sling, if your quarterback can't sling it, man, you got issues.
Yeah.
So it's a
Yeah.
very dependent position. And then Mahomes, I feel like he's tier GOAT, and everybody else can start at tier one. But he's like he's in his own tier. Like I'm not,
Yeah.
what I'm saying, putting other guys up there. Not Lamar, I love him, not going up there. Burrow, none of them. None of you are going up there with him.
Is that
Like
because of his
he,
rings, or you feel that way because of like
I feel
his
like he
skill
has
set?
to. Look at how these past few years have went. He's
Mm.
done it with I got the best receiver, best tight end. He's done it like that. He's done it with I got a good defense. Like he's showing signs of Brady, which is crazy because no one compares him to Brady, like in style of play. I truly believe if you look at his last season, that was a Brady season. That was a let me just get through the year. Got to the playoffs and was like, all right, nothing but pure accuracy. Let the defense do their job. Don't turn the ball over.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that was real Brady esque,
Hmm.
as they would say. So now he's number one completely. And I'll probably put Lamar two, Tyreek three, and go from there.
Yes, that's where I could agree with you. I do think based on last season and what he did with what he had, he kind of has to be number one. You know what I'm saying? Like winning a ring against those odds is actually incredible. However, though, to argue that point just a little bit, I feel like when it comes to the Dolphins, where would they be without Tyreek? I feel like that's why he got the number one spot. Like same thing can be said for the Chiefs. Yes, like you said, because of Mahomes and what he has, absolutely nobody's arguing that. Before a wide receiver and his position, like you said, being dependent to take his team. Like if you take away Tyreek from the Dolphins, what are the Dolphins? Tua did not rank in that top 10 slot. He did not rank in top 10. Your wide receiver made the top 10 list and your quarterback didn't.
Yeah.
So it's like it's not that I feel like Mahomes has to be number one because he won the ring against the odds that he won. 100%. I completely agree with you there. But Tyreek, I mean, I would have to put him at number two, obviously, just because like even Lamar, again, phenomenal, solid, solid year. But where would the Dolphins be without Tyreek? And two is a $55 million quarterback, thanks to Tyreek.
Right. Well, just to your point, I just want to say this. You say Lamar, right?
Hmm.
Now, I'm just saying, we know where the Ravens would be without Lamar, right? It's bad, bad. It's
Hmm.
bad, bad. You take away Lamar, it's bad, bad, right?
Hmm.
Now you take away Tyreek. I'm just gonna be honest. You still got a guy named Jalen Waddle. You still running all. Hold on. You still. I saw the eye. You still run an offense that is speed dependent. All you need is speed receivers. Obviously Tyreek is the best of the best at that.
Hmm.
However, did Tua have a 10-win season more than once previous to Tyreek? He did. Now, granted, were they trying to get rid of him, do whatever? I never understood the trade Tua. Do I think Tua's the top 10 quarterback? Maybe. He's just as much top 10 as Jared Goff is. You know what I'm saying? As far as we're talking regular season, golf is different in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? He's more top five in playoffs. The
For
regular
sure.
season, Tua will have, what I'm saying, just as good as numbers, just as good as, touchdown, interception ratio, all that good stuff, you know.
Mm,
So
mm,
realistically, have they did anything beyond what they did before? Nope. I mean, they won 11 games instead of 10, but you lost in the first game of playoffs like before. It ain't no big difference, right? Now, Lamar, right? Because we're just talking about second place.
mm.
Mahomes, number one, out of there, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Lamar, I'm just my vouchers for Lamar for two-time MVP. How many Offensive Player of the Year awards have Tyreek got? You know,
Mm,
Lamar's a two-time MVP, and he's got the playoff wins. Like as far as where they could be with and without you, right? So
mm-hmm,
I think I'm gonna stick with Lamar at two, and that would be my case why.
mm-hmm. The only thing I would say to that point is I feel like that's true for every team if you take away their quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, the team probably wouldn't be as good. But for a wide
At the
receiver,
49ers,
oh my God.
hey, it don't matter who they put out there.
But the wide receiver position to have that same effect on the team, I think that's why he got the number one spot. I do want to transition over to this though, talking about wide receivers. Something special is happening right now between the Steelers and the 49ers. Ian Rappaport reported Tuesday that the Pittsburgh Steelers and San Francisco 49ers have agreed upon parameters for a trade that would send Aiyuk to Pittsburgh. But Aiyuk also has a long-term contract offer from the 49ers, who have actively tried to keep him.
I read that it was reported that Brandon Aiyuk declined the Steelers trade.
Mm, mm,
Right after declining the Browns trade, which would have sent Amari Cooper to San Francisco for Brandon Aiyuk and a draft pick. I just want to know, all right,
mm.
when the 49ers lost those 3 games in a row, because remember Debo went out and it was like, oh no, what are we gonna do? Debo's gone. We still have McCaffrey. We still have Brandon Aiyuk. We still have Brandon Aiyuk and McCaffrey. I ain't gonna lie, when Debo went down and things didn't go as planned, I questioned all of them.
All of it.
I question them right now. I don't think McCaffrey is important. I think they could swap McCaffrey with another elusive halfback that can catch. I believe you can swap Brandon Aiyuk, but for some reason that Debo just seemed to be the unswappable guy that y'all got. Debo and Kittle.
Want to discredit anything how you did, but when you're playing with like Kyle Shanahan schemes a lot of his offense around Debo Samuel.
You can't scheme around Aiyuk. He's a really good receiver. And I
Absolutely.
do believe he's worth the money too. But you can't
Absolutely.
get you know what I'm saying? You getting the best of both worlds when you're trying to leave your team. Now it's different when you're staying on your team. They should
Yeah.
give it to you. Let's be real. Let's be real. 49ers should cough it up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cough it up.
Yeah.
But you know what they scared of? That goddamn Brock Purdy gonna ask for 60 million.
And that's kind of the problem with Ayuk. I know he probably feels underappreciated on the 49ers, but it's just positioning and timing. You know what I'm saying? Debo is that important. Christian McCaffrey's there. Brock Purdy, we don't know what kind of season he's gonna have. What if he gets better? You know what I'm saying? Like, and again, you're talking about like Ayuk is a thoroughbred wide receiver. No disrespect there. Debo, because of Debo's dual threat ability, it puts him in such a prime position when it comes to scheming plays around him, and it makes your offense that much more unpredictable. Ayuk doesn't have that power. You know what I'm saying? Which is why I kind of wanted to focus this around like, what does this mean for the Steelers if they acquire Ayuk? You know what I'm saying? Because I think it'll be something special with Russ there.
And I don't think Ayuk should. I think he should take whatever the 49ers are offering.
You think so?
Keep it a buck, you know. And they're offering 20. I mean, what's this between 27 and 33?
For a second team all pro wide receiver, career best in terms of yards, like he feels he's him at his position. You know what I'm saying? Like you
Yeah.
can't argue with somebody like that. You can't negotiate around somebody like that. And I think also too, because Debo's there, McCaffrey, Kittle, all these other guys got to get their money before you. It's an appreciation factor at the end of the day. I'm telling you, I don't know if it's the money. Like, of course, he wants the max that he can get, but also you want to feel appreciated if you're working for any organization. You know what I'm saying? As a player. And if you don't feel like
I,
you're appreciated coming off of a year like that, hey,
I'll end it with this on my end.
mhm.
He really ain't even that guy. I don't understand the big whoop why. If you want max money, go where they give it to you. Because if you're on the Detroit Lions, I would go crazy if they were trying to give him 30 something, give him a mile ride money.
I feel
I
you.
get it. You look at the yards, all that. But to me, he's a system guy. I'm gonna just be completely honest. He's a
I don't
system guy.
disagree.
I don't think he can just go plug and play anywhere and be effective. We've seen it.
I,
Guys get 13, 1,400 yards. Now they go play for Chicago and can't get off.
facts.
Now they go play for the Commanders and can't get off.
Facts.
You know,
Because it's a lot
like
different
to
being
me,
number
he's
two.
not even a Terry McLaughlin. Terry McLaughlin been snapping on Commanders year after year, but we don't talk about him because he's on the Commanders.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? He's not even a guy like that. Like
And
so,
no disrespect, and I agree with your point, and I'm gonna move on to the next topic. No, you know what this situation could have a resemblance to, ironically, because we're talking about a Steelers 49ers trade. You remember when Juju was the second guy next to Antonio Brown, and Juju was like crazy, and then Antonio Brown left, he became the number one option, never was the same since. I want to tell you guys about a couple of people we really rock with. Number one, Rubler, a social media app that appreciates you, and it's also Black owned. This app is all about you. You can customize your feed so you can only see what you want to see when you open the app. You also get a chance to enjoy a safe environment where racism, harassment, hate speech, bullying isn't tolerated, and you can enjoy a fun, creative, mannered, respectful discourse. And to be honest with you guys, since using this app, I've cut down my social media usage on other apps completely in half. I like to say this app is similar to if Instagram and YouTube had a perfect baby where everything you loved was in it and everything you hated was out of it. So guys, check out Rubler, a social media app that appreciates you. Number two, Excess Sports Nutrition. Guys, crack the seal on one of their many flavors and keep winning. I'm gonna move on to this though, and talking about the NFL preseason. There were a couple QB grades that came out for the rookies. Caleb Williams got an A grade, 4 for 7, 95 yards, one carry, 13 yards. The report on him came back as he looked like he'd been in the league for 5 to 7 years. It was very impressive. He was cool, calm, and collected. J.J. McCarthy, A minus, 11 for 17. And unfortunately, he's gonna go through surgery for a torn meniscus. So it's kind of unfortunate, but he shined bright. 188 yards, 11 for 17, two TDs, one interception. Bo Nix, B plus, 15 for 21, 125 yards, a touchdown, three carries for 17 yards. Moving on to Michael Penix, which was 100% the most controversial draft pick, 9 for 16, 104 yards.
Caleb had 8 plays. I don't know how that shows you he's been here for 5 to 7 years.
It's the hype
Like
around. It's the hype around him.
the hype
It's
was
the
insane. I can't wait for him to play the Lions and we just crush their dreams.
I
That's
think
why
it's
I'm okay.
unfortunate. I think it's unfortunate for J.J. McCarthy just because he has to go through surgery for a torn meniscus. But I believe he was
Yeah,
the scare. I think he would have been the scariest
I was happy for
this
him,
year. Yeah, yeah. He showed a lot of promise. 11 for 17, 188 yards. Like your preseason debut was a 200-yard game where you had two
man.
TDs. Like
Man,
and you
and you
carried.
looked good doing it.
Yeah,
Like you
yeah.
looked really good doing it. Like,
And
no,
you
I'm not
threw.
gonna lie, JJ. I was happy. That's a Michigan guy. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
yeah.
saying? You just
Hmm.
won the Natty. That's the what I'm saying, biggest thing in Michigan in a long time. I'm just be honest. Other
Yeah.
than the Lions winning, like it ain't been much winning. That was huge, and that's the QB. So out of respect, I am cheering for him. I'm cheering for his recovery. And I'm cheering for him on the Vikings. I read something. No,
Hmm.
it was one
Hmm.
of the shows I watched, and they said that Brady said, and this is what made me happy. And then you see this game happen. Brady's smart, bro. So before this
Facts.
everything started, Brady said, out of all the QBs, he said the one that'll probably win Rookie of the Year that's not named Caleb, J.J. McCarthy. He said he
Yeah.
has everything because the team is, you got Justin Jefferson. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? You're starting out your career with Justin Jefferson, who just re-upped. So
Yeah.
he's there every year of your rookie contract.
Facts.
That's
Facts.
insane. You got Hawkinson, right? We
Mhm.
know him. You know what I'm saying? He's a really good tight end. We just didn't want to pay him, but he's a really good tight end.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? You got Hawkinson. You got a good running back, a decent O line, a solid defense. You know what I'm saying? He has everything out the gate,
Yeah,
right? Just as
yeah.
much as probably more than Caleb. Caleb, you could say Caleb got better receivers as a whole, but he got the better receiver. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
Keenan
In
Allen
Minnesota.
is a
You
vet.
know, well, Keenan plus DJ, you know what I'm saying? As a
Yeah,
whole, they got more, but as a singular, like the best guy, we got, Minnesota.
yeah.
So
Mm,
yeah, I think JJ, and we'll see how long that meniscus. If it's like a 6 week thing, he gonna make some noise.
yeah,
He
for
gonna make
sure.
some noise.
For sure. For sure. I completely agree with your point too. I forgot what I was going to say too as well about oh, it was the interception. It's the fact that you played well after the interception. Like to me that's everything. How you handle a loss is everything. And that's why people said they were glad that he threw the inter that's why people were glad that he threw the interception early because you got a chance to see what he did after the interception. No more interceptions. He learned his lesson. Two TDs, 200 yards. I would be happy if I was a Vikings fan. Jaden McDaniels for the Commanders, 2 for 3, 45 yards. Gray was incomplete because he only played 9 snaps, but he did throw a pass down the right sideline that people thought was excellent. It was a dime, and it was down the sideline, which you got to drop in the breadbasket for a receiver, and he did that. So people are kind of like, a little bit happy that he has
How
promise.
many yards did he have?
He has potential. It wasn't anything crazy. He only had 45 yards, one carry, three TD, 3 yards, and he had a touchdown. So
Okay. How many yards did Caleb have?
he had 95 yards. And it was
Caleb had
also
95. Caleb had
yeah,
95 yards. He was
yeah,
4 for 7 for 95.
yeah. That's why his grade was A. He's not. No, no, no. He's not bad. And
It was
people also
4 for 7 for like 57. I misread that.
yeah, no, no,
But
no. It was 4 for 7 for 95. And it's the fact that people say he looked like he'd been in the NFL for, five
yeah,
to
so I
seven
was
years.
gonna say, well, Jaden Daniels played just as many snaps, so I saw what's the big height difference. But yeah, it's a 60-yard big height difference.
Yeah, not to mention
Uh,
Caleb also carried for 18. Hold on 1 second. He also carried for
13.
13 yards. Those are the preseason debuts for the rookies. I don't want to sound like I'm not a Caleb Williams fan, but J.J. McCarthy, what he did in his debut, and it
I
just so
know.
happens that an injury happened, so we don't get a chance to see anything more. That's why I said he is the scariest. And also to
Yeah,
his team. Like he's in the position to learn everything he needs to learn, you know what I'm saying, and grow without the hype being there. Like what he
yeah.
could do over the next few years could be something to watch for if you're in the NFC North.
I don't want to say I'm not a Caleb Williams fan, but I don't think things are gonna go how people think it's gonna go.
Mm,
I don't think you get a once in a lifetime QB in every draft. And that's how they act. Who's ever the number one guy, they act like he's going to be a savior. I don't
was
know if Caleb's going to be. I think Caleb's going to be really good. You know what I'm saying?
mm,
But a lot of people saying, well, can you have a CJ Stroud season? CJ Stroud only threw 5 picks. Oh, that's all he threw was 5 picks. You
yeah.
know, I think Caleb might throw 30 TDs. I think he'll throw 10 picks though. I
If he
think he'll get
throws
up there.
as a rookie, if he throws 30 TDs and only has 10 picks, that's a very, very impressive season.
Man, he got Swift, bro. I mean, look,
Yeah.
we know our guys. You know what I'm
Facts.
saying?
Facts.
Like when
Facts.
it's 3rd and 5, yeah, you got Swift. That drive is alive. Like that
Facts.
quick,
Facts.
you know what I'm saying? 2 yard
Yeah.
pass, he's getting that first for you. He's gonna save you a lot. And then you got Keenan Allen, DJ Moore, and DJ Moore got 1,200 yards with Justin Fields.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna just be honest.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna break every Chicago record.
Well, it's not
Quarterback
hard.
record. I didn't say rookie record. Record. No Chicago quarterback has thrown 4,000 yards.
Yeah, yeah. No, the
Yeah, he's
QBs are.
throwing. He's throwing 4,000 to that team. They might only get 7 wins, and he throw 4,000 yards.
Yeah,
They're
yeah,
going to they're going to score,
yeah, yeah.
but the Lions scored too. So don't forget about it. We're the most high power offense the last 2 seasons.
Hey, facts.